I understand you guys are my fans, but you gotta stop following me.
Happy Saturday morning, guys. Matt tuning in from Video Game Mansion. It's about 8 o'clock now. I'm just getting to the store after our long weekend last weekend. We still have lots to put away. So figured I'm going to get in early, tackle all this. Want everything looking clean before we open at 10 o'clock today. I think my main goal quickly is going to be to clear off our front display here, which just has some overstock of games that usually go in our glass case, so that I can take a picture of our new Pokemon restock. So we actually got a pretty decent size Pokemon order in this week from our distribution. So thankfully for that, since we did get wiped out a lot last weekend show. So that'll be the primary goal. Let's knock that out first. Then I can show you guys the Pokemon order and just keep going. There's lots of stuff to put back out. We got Amiibos to put away. Nintendo Power Rack has to be refilled. I have tons of VHSs that we got from our friend Trevor to sort through. Same thing. He picked us up a couple game lots in Brockville. Shout out to you, Trevor. Thank you so much. Always appreciate all the help. So got to sort through some stuff, take some pictures, clean some different things. So it's going to be a busy weekend, but luckily when we do these kind of things, it gives us time to kind of redo the store, right? So a lot of times when you sell a decent amount of product, mainly like this weekend, N64 was really hot for us for like the basic kind of $40 and under games. So it actually gave us some extra room on our shelf, as you can see. So we'll actually be able to move over the DS section a little bit, since right now we're kind of overstocking on top of it, which we don't like because it's not as clean. It doesn't keep everything in a nice order. We try and keep all of our games alphabetical, except for obviously like the loose stuff like this. You can't really do much about it. Same stuff with like the NES and the Super Nintendo. But definitely whenever it's a cased game, we try and keep everything alphabetical. So gaining a little bit extra room, as much as it sucks losing Prime N64 games, definitely happy to be able to move that stuff over so it looks a lot tidier. And there we have it, guys. This is our Pokemon restock this week. A couple older sets that we haven't had for a while, like stuff like Celebrations, with the Pikachu V Union box as well. A couple of the older lunch boxes. So this one actually has Fusion Strike inside of it. Dragonite Geestar Pokemon Go box. The brand new Holiday calendar. And then the also new Black Bolt and White Flare booster bundles. So those are nice to get in. And then a couple of Shining Fates.
So I just wanted to show you guys quickly. This is the kind of quality sometimes we get from Pokemon Center. So this is 100% brand new, sealed from distribution. And just glue is horrible sometimes. So I've seen it a lot, especially actually on this Celebrations V Union box. They use like one small, I don't know if you can really see in there. Yeah, like right there. The smallest amount of glue possible. So when a customer comes to buy this, they look at it and they say, is that resealed or somebody opened it? Or so it puts us in a tough place to sell stuff like this, because obviously you've got two different people wanting to buy this. One, sealed collectors, and then two people that want to rip it and open it. But the people that rip it are nervous because they think maybe that they're resealed packs, or, you know, something's been tampered with. And then the people that obviously want to keep it for sealed, well, there's no value to them because it's technically open. Oh, do you guys see a lot of this? It comes in quite often where we get stuff that's like ripped. Quality sometimes, I don't know if there's a quality check, but for some reason, some of the stuff that we get is questionable. And I know some people will come in the comments and say you guys need a better distributor or something like that, or because I've seen it online a lot of times where people make comments about this kind of stuff. Distribution, we use both the companies are the biggest companies in Canada. They deal directly with Pokemon Center USA. So there's definitely no other option there. So it's strictly something right from Pokemon Center. And if you see this Pokemon Center, don't ban us. We love your products. We love your games. We love everything about you. So just take this with a grain of salt, please. Don't ban us. Console wall after restocking from the show the other day. There's a couple consoles still to go out, but gotta know. Who put this PS5 in here backwards? Wasn't me. I was at the show still putting tables away. Tuning in at 2:45, guys. It's been fairly steady all day, actually. This is my first break with nobody in the store. It's actually quiet, which is nice to see. But it's been a decent day of restocking. I've gotten all the stuff back in all the glass cases. I've gotten most of the product out on our accessory wall from our distribution. I always have a hard time with that word. I don't know why. It's the French in me, I guess. But that's all been done. Luckily, Nintendo Power Rack has been refilled. Shout out to Anthony, he stopped in and helped me with that. And then Amiibos have all been put away as well. Shout out to Anthony on that one as well. And then our good friend Marco showed up today to pick up some of his usual goodies, a lot of cardboard and other stuff, and help me refill the Amiibos from the show. So everything's kind of getting there. This is what I have left to do. So mostly just reorganizing this PS3. This is the PS3 that we got from that reseller lot a couple weeks ago. So it had all been priced, but we just kind of put it out on a table here instead of kind of sorting it away on the shelves. So this has to get alphabetized and get put out. Shelves are looking really, really full in the PS2 section, and then PS3 will be filled without a doubt right after that. We also got a decent amount of walk-in trades today, but I really haven't had time to make any posts or anything. So here's kind of just everything together. You've got a decent amount of Wii games. This came with a console that was CIB, a Switch, which actually was a buyback from a customer who's just not using it as much as he thought he would. Some decent PS3, some decent PS4. We love getting PS4 in. A couple CIB games that we took off of Marco for trade. Some DS, which also came with a console. GameCube came with a console. Some good 360 and Xbox. Some N64, which came with a console. This was a buyback of a Game Boy Micro, same thing. Customer didn't think he was using it as much as he should be, so he brought it back in for trade. And some GBA. And some very, very clean Game Boy games that we got off Marco. So shout out goes to Marco. Unfortunately today is just, like I said, very busy in here, foot traffic wise. So it makes it a little awkward to film, not even just kind of awkward in front of everybody, but it's just the fact that there's a lot of people talking, people all over the place. So some people don't like being in videos too. So you kind of take that into consideration when you're filming. But Marco, my apologies, buddy. I'll catch you next time for sure. So unfortunately, after the show, this kind of became the drop-off area, or even before the show, I guess. This has just been trade-ins, and it's nice to not have it behind the counter, but we definitely need to come up with a better system to not have this happening as often, because it just kind of gets in the way. Clearly, we have a path to get to the washroom and everything, but yeah, I put all of our bins away, put all of our supplies away from the show, but now we just have to slowly start taking away this overstock, which is a lot of consoles and just stuff for extra wires. I think we need to figure out a better system, some sort of bins or something to put on this wall. Just to be able to kind of organize different console wires. So, you know, like a PlayStation section, Xbox section, kind of thing. Just so if ever a console comes in that we need to test, or, you know, we take something in, it's been tested, but it's missing wires, we can just go back there, pull it right away, put everything together so then it can get put out, ready to go, you know. We really try and keep a revolving door for consoles here just because we get them in so often. And they take up a lot of room, obviously, so get them out the door as quickly as possible. Our thought process on consoles is if you sell them cheap enough, they'll sell, obviously. But you kind of just hope that once they're here, they'll grab a couple games with it, and that's where you kind of make your money off them, right? So I'd rather move a console a lot quicker, get me up some free space. Someone's happy with a good deal. It's a win-win. Saturday, 6 p.m. closing time. Very good day. Got a lot done, which is great too. I was able to put all the PS3 games away, all the PS2 that I had to sort, so that's all been finished. All the shelves right now look very, very full, except for a decent gap in the PS4. Like we said before, PS4 just goes right out the door. That's going to be our new slogan. PS4 out the door. So I do have a decent stock that got traded in today, like I showed you guys earlier. So those will get priced and put out tomorrow. Hopefully that should fill the area. And I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is find a new home for these Wii guitars. It's really nice having them right beside the Wii games, but I think I will add in an extra shelf in here tomorrow, and then start maybe pricing and putting out some VHSs. We just got in, like I said, tons of VHSs from our friend Trevor, and other friends have been picking up movies for us when they go thrifting. So probably not a bad idea to maybe price some of these and put them out for sale. My thought process with that is that honestly, it's great to have movies to show in store, but while they're on the shelf, we could still play them, right? So there's no foul being able to play them right off the shelf. So might as well have them for sale just in case anybody wants to pick them up. I think the one great thing it's going to do is bring some nostalgia. If we already don't have enough, we might as well bring a little extra. So I think that might be something I tackle tomorrow, see kind of how long it takes me to get through the last couple little tasks I have left. But overall, great day. See you guys in the morning.
Hey guys, couldn't let a week go by without showing me. I'm out at a cottage for the weekend with the family. Look at that view. Got the water down there. So, after SDG GeekCon, we wanted to relax a bit. So Matt's holding down the fort this weekend, and I'll see you guys next weekend.
Good morning, guys. It's about noon, actually. I just haven't had time to record yet this morning. Flow's been constant like yesterday, which is great. Funny thing about owning a store is whenever you don't really have anything to do, there's no one that shows up. But as soon as you have like a task list for the day, it seems like it's just constant and you can't get to it. It's funny how that happens. So I guess the plan of attack is to always have a plan. So in between customers this morning, I've actually been able to fix all of those really smoke covered PS1 cases that we got in a little lot ago. So PS1 section is looking really, really full right now. Don't mind this random Xbox 360 white connect. I just didn't have any room near the Xbox stuff to put it out. So unfortunately, it's gonna be sitting near the PlayStation stuff right now. Because originally it was sitting over here, but just finally was able to get all these Xbox 360 controllers in. It's been a while since we've been able to order them. And the product wall is really, really full right now. So I don't really have any space to put them anywhere. So no crazy walk-in trades this morning, a couple of games, and then to really show you guys. But the one great thing is that my next task for the day is to get these PS4 games completely filled. So I've went through everything that we got in yesterday. They're all good to go. Gonna price them out, and it should fill that gap, hopefully pretty much perfectly. If not, I'm sure we're definitely gonna get some more PS4 games in any day now. Picking back up around 3:30, so about a half an hour left to close. I was able to get all those PS4 games. Where are they? Somewhere there. Right there. Sorted out and put out. So that section's filled now. I think what we're gonna have to focus on when we're back in either on Friday for our auction or Brandon next weekend is really these controllers. PlayStation controllers and PS2 controllers, even PS3, sorry, have been selling like crazy lately. PS4 for a while was going really, really wild, and so we have a surplus of them now. But PS1, PS2, PS3 are really, really flying off the shelves for us. PS2 is probably one of those controllers that I dread taking in because I want to say 90 to 95% of the time the controllers don't work. And the interesting part about that is usually if you'll see them come in and they have like really beat up thumbsticks, like the rubbers are worn off of them, or they're just like extremely dirty or whatever, those ones will usually work. If you see them come in and they're minty, clean, never been touched in its life, good luck. Buttons won't be working. And the one culprit for that usually has to do with the actual motherboard of the controller. So for some reason, PlayStation likes using kind of flex ribbon cables as their motherboards. And over time, they start to warp if they're not used. I guess it's just probably due to weather, not really weather, but temperature more or less. And buttons don't make contact. So when you push the button down and the membrane doesn't make contact with the board, the trace. So I guess that's usually the reason why like really clean ones don't work. Usually not like a drifting thumbstick like on the newer PS4, PS5s, but for some reason, PlayStation 2 is probably the worst controller that we get in. So I usually try and push people to buy these kinds of controllers. So these are our third-party PS2, PS1 replacement controllers. And the good thing about these is that the motherboard is actually a hard board. So you're not gonna run into those issues where you're missing contact. The only downside compared to an authentic controller is that they are 6 feet cables compared to 10 foot, I believe is what an authentic one is. So that's really the only downside to it. Those are a lot more readily available. And yeah, I definitely feel like they're more responsive, but some people are diehard for authentic, and I completely understand that. So we always give them the option of third party new or authentic used when we do have them in stock. Unfortunately, just with everything going on today, I did not get to put out those VHSs, so they're gonna sit here for a couple more days. I did get to play a couple, which is great, but haven't started sorting them for sale yet or putting them out on the shelves here. So those Wii guitars will stay there for another week, and then we'll have to find a spot for them next weekend. Funny enough, after I just told you guys about the PS2 controllers, somebody just walked in asking me the same exact question. So someone's listening to me. They got the mansion tapped. I'm telling you right now. We're under surveillance. All right, guys, about 5 minutes till close. So I'm just gonna end the video here. Thank you all for watching. If you have a second, please like, comment, subscribe. Love interacting with you guys below. So my question before I close this is, what have you been playing recently? I've recently picked back up Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I'm on the first one right now. Once I finish this, I'm gonna lead on to the second. I played so much of both of these games when I was in high school. Loved them to pieces. So really happy to be picking this back up. Again, I have not been able to game as much as I want to in the last couple of years. So it's really fun being able to pick up a game I spent a lot of time on and had so many fond memories. So down below, what have you guys been playing? Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys next week. Did I get you?